Beautiful Mexican jungle. What a beautiful scene it is. Hey, what's this? English Knights? In Mexico? My god, what is going on here? Oh, that's right. It's Medieval 2 Total War. What's going on, guys? Isaac here. And we're going to be playing Medieval 2 Total War. And before I forget, the most important thing with this battle is for me to press this button to show you the units, because otherwise you will not understand it at all, and I had to do that during game. Second of all, I am going to say sorry for the very crappy looking trees. I have to put this on medium with vegetation, because otherwise I will experience a very odd glitch that I'm somewhat getting right now. Notice the trees? Well, if you put it on high, entire trees completely disappear, and it makes the video very weird looking. So, sorry, medium. I'm not going to go to low because then it just looks terrible. But here we see England. But wait a second. That's not my name next to it. This is not my army. My army is over in the hills, but we will get to that in just a little bit. So first, let's look at this army. We have some armored swordsmen. Some armored swordsmen. And some more armored swordsmen. Lots of armored swordsmen. Plus, lots of routine longbowmen. And these guys are pretty scary. And I don't know if my opponent was new, or if this is just a common trend, because for the past, I don't know, 8 battles I've had, every single person puts their knight, or, you know, general with their archers. And it's not even people that are new, that's the thing. So I don't understand why people put their knights, or the generals with archers or crossbowmen, but that's been a common trend. So, lots of longbowmen. That's going to be a problem if I don't have armor. And the Aztecs have very little armor. Yes, I'm playing as the Aztecs, because why not? And we are going to be talking about today how to win as the Aztecs. So, Jaguar warriors. Jaguars. Yes, Jaguars are very important to the Aztecs and almost all the Mesoamerican tribes. Then I have arrow throwers. They do somewhat damage. Then Cacique warriors. I have about 3 units of them. Mixed in, the guys in black are Coyote Priest. And we have some Eagle Warriors, plus some Aztec Spearmen. Let's see, there were actually 4 units of Eagle Warriors. And of course my General Bodyguard, and 2 units of Aztec Spearmen. So, we're going to watch this from my opponent's view, because it's quite devastating. So essentially what I did was, I decided to run. And run I did. If that sentence made any sense, give this video a like, because I don't think it did. And if it didn't make sense, give this video a like anyways, because it helps me out. I know, I'm being a greedy like person. So, let us wait. I have to say, this would be quite frightening to have an entire Aztec army coming out of the forest. And yes, his men are shooting arrows already, while my men are all the way over here. It's a pain. An annoying pain. Oops, sorry for that small transition. I know it skipped a little bit. That was a miss button. And my men are getting torn up by arrows because they have no armor. Keep that in mind with the Aztecs. They do, some of their troops do a lot of damage, but we'll talk about them in a second. But they have no armor, and longbows are going to suck. So the entire time that this is going on, my opponent is making fun of me because I decided to use the Aztecs, and he's calling them savages and whatnot, which I thought was very racial, I guess, bad, stuff like that. But I'm going to let him have his fun. He can talk bad about my Aztec army all he wants. I'm just going to charge in my Jaguar warriors to kill some of his men. And that was a pretty bad charge, not going to lie. But several units of Jaguars against armed swordsmen. We're going to see how that turns out. And man, look at the size of this army just all of a sudden coming out. I would be pretty concerned if I were these guys. So we we are going to watch some of this awesome up-close personal fighting. Because there's nothing else you can really do at this point in time. I am trying to move some Jaguar warriors.
Soon our cowardly foe will flee like a whipped dog.
I like how they even have the accent. I was trying to use outflanking maneuvers, but unfortunately my guys got caught here. And partially over here. I'm using Jaguar warriors over here, and the spearmen are going to eventually be joining the fight. At the same time, all his longbowmen are shooting at my guys constantly. And hopefully hitting some of his own men. Here, I'm sending in my Eagle Warriors, and this is a unit we will talk about in a little bit. They are very important, they're very amazing. And sudden frame drop, don't know why. My computer seems to be acting up just a bit lately. Don't know what its problem is. Jumps from 60 FPS to like 15 for a couple of seconds and drops down. So I sent in some spearmen around to try and outflank these guys, and you can see they're still steady. I have my general close at hand,
Trust his warriors
and right on cue, he dies. Now I thought he was back there. I don't know why he got that close, but he dies. So I was quite concerned about that. But luckily, Coyote Priest did kind of help save this, and you see these guys are actually steady. I broke one unit of armored swordsmen. And these guys are wavering. They're very upset. Look at that frowny face. Look at that frowny face. They're all upset. I don't much blame them. Personally, going up against half-naked people that rip out people's hearts for their gods is quite concerning. He just got stabbed in the back, so he's not going to have his heart ripped out anytime soon. And we were going to watch this interesting fight. Spearmen against armored swordsmen. And they're just going to quit. They decided they didn't want any of this fight. There you can see they're...
Only half of our force remains.
Thank you so much. Actually, only
we are
48%.
winning this battle. Soon our cowardly foe
They
will
are fighting
like
the death. These guys have broken. These guys are also fighting the death. And at this point in time, my opponent was quite confused about what was going on. He's like, my men are routing to your savages, and I had to laugh. So, what's left? Well, we have some longbowmen. Oh, look, armored swordsmen. Let's charge them from the back, shall we? Let's actually wait here and watch some Eagle Warriors, which, like I said, we will talk about in just a second, because this is going to be quite devastating. So they have 16 men. That looks painful. They have 6 men. So they lost 10 men in that battle. And so now, I am basically just hunting down my opponent. He has longbowmen. I asked him, you know, if he was willing to admit defeat. And eventually, I don't have to chase down everyone. But as you can tell from this battle, I have essentially won it. Even though it hasn't said it yet. I got a random frame drop right here. I'm trying to figure that out. Oh well. Not a big concern. Oh, there it goes again. Apparently the sand is a very frame-consuming thing. So run, you pathetic longbowmen. Who will not live long. Especially against Jaguar warriors and arrow throwers. These guys look at their hats. Like, I don't want to make fun of their costumes, but look at these guys.
Fate has smiled upon us and
there my opponent admits defeat.
No matter how small.
Which was quite nice. That I was able to convince him to admit defeat, because chasing down these longbowmen would have prolonged so much. So, overall, did you guys learn something? Well, probably not, because I haven't gone over it yet. So, we're going to look into this and look at kills. Arrow guys didn't do the best. Coyote Priest didn't do anything. Look at my bodyguard. They got 1 kill and my general died. That was really good. Yeah, two kills, or 2 of them got killed. One of them was my general. Good job, bodyguard. But look at these are pretty decent kills. So overall, how to win as the Aztecs? Well, first of all, you're going to want to play in the jungle or a forest, because they get a bonus in the forest, so they fight better, and it also affects like cavalry. Army composition. Spam lots of units. You can't get many upgrades, so play low money battles. Like this is a 10,000 default denarii, and my opponent can only have 721. I don't know what kind of upgrades he had, but probably not that many. I had attack upgrades on almost all my men, and I had a full roster, and I even think I had some experienced ones left. So they are pretty cheap units. Missile units, like these arrow throwers, are not going to do much of anything. Let's see if we can find them. Yeah, 2, 6, 7, 7. The entire time I was just chucking, essentially, well, I guess arrows, even though they kind of look like javelins, into all of this mass of Englishmen. Although I wasn't getting kills, it was, I'm sure, irritating, and it was, you know, hurting the armored swordsman quite a bit. Another thing, prepare to take losses. With any native tribe, you have to completely out-micro your opponent. Luckily, my opponent didn't have the army exactly to fight me. If he had brought Cav, this might have been different. So, bring spear units, bring tons of troops, very little missile. Most importantly, if you're playing as the Aztecs, bring Eagle Warriors, bring Coyote Priest, and bring Drone Bodyguard. Those are the 3 main components you need. So, Coyote Priest, they chant, which inspires your men. That's why they stayed in this fight. See all the dead bodies? Most of those are mine. I lost 564 people. But chanting helped inspire my men, and they stayed in the fight. Also, you have to kill less people, but you have to kill them fast before all of your men get wiped out. So that's where Eagle Warriors come in. They do 21 damage, I believe, or 20 non-upgraded, 21 upgraded. And that is quite devastating, because most of these guys right here had about 18 defense. Probably not even that, maybe 16. So that much damage is quite devastating. Bring those guys. Those guys are really good shock infantry against anyone. And lastly, I said General's Bodyguard. That's because, you know, it's nice to have own unit just for them, and you can do your special, you know, inspire option with him. However, try to keep him out of the fight. Somehow, my poor general got massacred in that. That was really sad. I still don't understand how he got to the front, but he decided to go ahead and charge in there, and he died honorably in the field of battle. But remember, natives are fun. Don't underestimate them. Do not do like my opponent and insult a quote-unquote savage army, because sometimes we will just kick your absolute ass. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned somewhat on how to use the Aztecs. I'm sure I will use them again, talk more about them, as well as native tribes. Hopefully someone eventually will get on one of the expansions, and hopefully it will be the Americas expansion. And by the way, I will be working on getting some more of my American campaign for Medieval 2 up. That has been having some problems because YouTube is being very annoying. But anyways, that will be up eventually. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next chapter.